off of a wild Baron play.
Back and forth and back and forth and back again is how this game felt, because right here, after another smite secure by Owner, I thought T1 was going to do it. I'm thinking this is just like the RNG series. Are we going to see a sweep? Is DRX going to be able to get the reverse sweep? But the thing with DRX is they absolutely never give up. They buy a bunch of time, they kill carry on the backside, and then they're just figuring out how to stop this T1 Baron.
They certainly are, and the most important person you have to keep your eyes on is Deft. So you can see on your minimap right now, he's going to start making his way up towards the backside of the blue jungle, and he's going to follow up and he's going to land a really crucial ult as T1 kind of funnels into the pit. Keep your eyes on Deft right here. He's going to land such an important ultimate right there onto Faker in the middle of them all. Gumayushi's then forced to flash very early on in the fight. While he's doing decent damage, it's not enough to be able to shut down Kingen. And on the other side, while Owner is doing a great job, all of T1 gets split apart, and Pyosik demonstrating his great Aatrox performance.
And then crucially right here, decide not to kill the Baron, make the call that even though they have Heimerdinger dead, the wave is close enough. They're so late into the game, the death timers are a minute long, so they just make all the correct decisions in a very crucial moment. A lot of teams would just do Baron here. They do the call to end, they execute, and they win.
And that's so massive for DRX, right? Because we talked about how back and forth this game was. Off of this play, not only be able to pull it off, but be so decisive in knowing that they can end is so important.
And I think that we kind of have to go back to the beginning of this game where it did feel like it was just going to be a T1 domination from the start. The fact that they were beating them this closely, you can see how close it really was to DRX being able to gain a huge advantage this early on into the game, but T1 just did not let them as Carrier just dominates on the Lux. It was just beautiful early game plays and constant impressive performances from Carrier throughout this game.
Yeah, we definitely see why, like we talked about the Ashe, we talked about down when he's able to initiate a fight, the rest of the team follows up so well, and his mechanics are just godly.
So that was T1 setting the pace early with a couple of quick kills, but DRX, not to be outdone, found their opportunities in the early game as well.
Meanwhile, Beryl here, I think I also want to point out both of these supports, right? Because I feel like people aren't necessarily going to think of Beryl when they think of creating space, but he, like, not only survived there, but got so many crucial stuns in a lot of these fights to set up for his team on the Heimerdinger.
You know, as they say, if you can't helium...
He played hundreds of games.
He's damn good at
He knows
Heimer.
every angle, he knows every reset for the turrets, and he always knows the right ultimate to use.
And this fight really was one of the big swings in favor of DRX, because we saw many close Dragon fights, and this one was really where we started to see DRX claiming full control over it, and Zeka really coming online. This is the player that we hyped up so much in the pre-show. This is the individual that we put so much emphasis on, that you needed to focus on, and getting his hands on the Silas once again, when you give him the resources to be a carry, this is what he's able to do with it.
And the setup for this was also pretty impressive, because they were actually able to get their 1-3-1 setup with Kingen, with Zeka in side lanes. And that was actually, again, such an improvement from
Cisco Network. In this play here, it's a twofer. First, T1's Carrier pulling the trigger the moment he sees his opportunity, lands every single one of his skill shots that is CC related on Pyosik to make sure the jungler gets eliminated. And then, of course, T1's Owner will have a couple of impressive mechanics himself to secure that dragon.
It was feeling like this was going to be the moment that T1 has the sweep in hand. As soon as he gets all of the movement abilities, ulting backwards, like every split second counts in this sequence.
I like it. We're updating the tagline. It's not just every second, it's every split second counts now.
Yeah, it's such an amazing play by T1, and there were so many little moments throughout this 45-minute long game.
Kingen goes in, Owner's the target, but now Zeus is locked down. Carrier's here over the wall. It's first blood over to Owner, and T1 are absolutely outplaying. Pyosik will not find the damage yet. He won't find the damage at all. Carrier gets it. Faker goes over the wall. Zeus tries to fight, but the damage pours in. Zeka grabs a third as they're now going to find Faker here in the bottom lane. Kingen and Deft do the work, and that's money in Deft's pocket. The push continues. Inhibitor falls. DRX want to make it happen. Owner trying to flash in, trying to do it, trying to save it. But no, DRX rise to the occasion.